For centuries, Earth had waited, speculated, and dreamed. From scientists in underground labs to children pointing telescopes at the stars, the question had always been the same: are we alone? The answer came not with a whisper, but with a thunder that shook the fabric of the skies. It began on March 12, 2157. At 3:42 Universal Time Coordinated, telescopes across Earth caught the first glimpse, not a comet, not an asteroid, but a construct. A megastructure stretching over 600 kilometers in length, emerging from the Kuiper Belt and moving with purpose. It wasn't broadcasting a signal. It was the signal. They named it the Harbinger. As it approached the edge of the solar system, every global defense and space agency went into full alert. Earth's fleets, once divided, now united under the banner of the Terran Defense Accord, began rapid deployment. Satellites, orbital cannons, AI arrays, and human crews were on standby. But no weapons were fired. Not yet. Admiral Juniper Reyes stood aboard the flagship TDS Atlas, watching the enormous vessel glide silently into orbit above Mars. Her fingers tightened around the metal railing as if trying to ground herself in reality. "It's not showing any hostile energy signatures," said Commander Malik, her second in command. "But something that size could glass a planet if it wanted to." Reyes nodded. "And maybe that's why it hasn't. It wants to talk." For the first time in history, Earth sent a diplomatic envoy into orbit. The TDS Envoy, a sleek diplomatic cruiser retrofitted for alien interaction, made contact. And the Harbinger responded. Not with sound, nor language, but with a projection. An immense hologram of a humanoid figure, ancient yet regal, its skin glowing like a dying star. It spoke in perfect, unaccented English. "Children of Sol, we are the Korthari. We have come to witness your awakening. You were never alone. You were simply not ready." The world stood still. Earth had been monitored, judged, and now it had been found. Over the following days, exchanges occurred. The Korthari shared fragments of their history. A race tens of millions of years old, they had once ruled swathes of the galaxy. But time had humbled them. Now they watched and guided civilizations that reached what they called the threshold of light, the moment when a species could bend space-time to their will. Humanity had crossed that line only 3 months earlier with its first successful quantum-fold jump to Proxima Centauri. The Korthari had noticed. But all was not as it seemed. Aboard the Harbinger, Earth's envoy was led into vast chambers, gravity-defying halls filled with ancient tech. They learned truths that Earth's governments chose to keep secret. The galaxy was not peaceful. Far beyond the Orion Arm, an old war had reignited. The Korthari, though ancient, were fading. And humanity, fast, adaptive, and ruthless in conflict. "Why us?" Ambassador Cade, Earth's representative, had asked. The Korthari hologram had turned its starlit eyes upon him. "Because you are fireborn in blood. You invent not for peace, but to survive. You wage war not for conquest, but for protection. The others fear you. We respect you." The Korthari offered a pact. In return for knowledge, hyperlane coordinates, advanced materials, weapon schematics, Earth would serve as the newest member of the Concord of Wills, a fragile alliance defending against something only referred to as the Scourge. The decision sparked fury back home. Was it a trap? A manipulation? But the evidence was clear. Over 18 colonies in deep space had already disappeared. The Scourge wasn't theoretical. Earth had little time. In orbit, engineers worked night and day, retrofitting Earth's warships with Korthari enhancements. Human AI fused with alien logic cores. Particle shields, once prototypes, now became standard. And then, the Harbinger vanished. No warning, no farewell. One moment it floated above Mars, and the next, gone in a silent blink. All it left behind was a final message. The test begins. Show them what your fire can do. 3 days later, Earth's outpost in the Kepler sector went dark. What emerged from the void was like nothing humanity had seen. Ships that moved like shadows, tendrils of void energy, weapons that bent space around them. And humanity met them not with surrender, but with fury. The upgraded fleet launched its counterstrike, led by Admiral Reyes herself. In the skies of Kepler Prime, Earth's fleet tore through the enemy ranks. Where alien species once cowered or negotiated, humans adapted. They overwhelmed. They evolved mid-battle. In just 47 minutes, Earth's Navy had done what no Concord species had. obliterated a scourge wave entirely. When the Korthari returned, their arrival was quiet. But this time they bowed first. The universe had expected humanity to stumble into the stars with awe and diplomacy. Instead, it arrived with steel, strategy, and flame. The first contact had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same again.